What?
It's week 8 of the National Football League, and we're going to see Mark Andrews. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Ravens and the Browns, and it's coming up next.
What better way to start off the afternoon and listen football, huh? It's time to get things started here on EA Sports. We are in Sorghum, doing today we're on Kate Scott and Rocky on. We love these kind of games. That's because we had a pair of teams both got off to good starts this season. It's like we work our way through this schedule.
We try to get close. Game is a big game, but we need teams that come to these starts. We know these are both caliber teams that way. And this is also even pretty sticky. You don't have the consequences of lose and go. It's still bonus for testing.
Jump forward.
Justin Tucker has his own teed up. And off we go from Cleveland. To return.
Right there. Okay, bye.
And a decent return as they bring it down inside the 30. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. And they'll be led out with a long-time veteran at QB.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
And his game will begin with an incomplete pass. Jerry Jeudy, the intended receiver, and now they face second down. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out.
Well, Stacey patched things up with Paxton. She didn't feel like throwing a touchdown.
But so is the defense, and they take him down. Here he is on 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
New set of downs for him from the 46. They go play action on first. Bails out of the pocket quick. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again following the sack. He's got a man left. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. David Ojabo making that tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball. Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
So here now are the Ravens on offense to begin their first drive. And we'll get a look at a man who's been around the block quite a few times now in the NFL.
And all those touchdowns he had last week, Kate, he traded every one of them in exchange for a victory. It's team over individual for him. So even though he himself is coming off the exact type of showing you want, that kind of efficiency usually wins you games, he's not happy about it. And he will be focusing on rectifying those things here.
Gets it to him on the screen. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
He put some air under this one, deep right. Brought in, inside the 20. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Center return, Nyheim Hines. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Browns and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And it's not just a blip for him this year. He's been one of their go-to scorers on the ground as we get through the heart of this season, leading all quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns. They'll throw on first. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Throwing off the play fake here. Jerry Jeudy with the grab. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that gives the Browns a first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st and 10, looking to throw. Able to get it to Moore. He's got a gain of 6 there. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB could run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Pass play now. Finding Jeudy. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. The Ravens headed back out on offense as we get a look at their receiver. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. All set up now for 1st and 10. They're throwing it. Gets this one to Andrews. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Andrews with the catch. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. They are throwing it again. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Ravens.
Throwing it again here. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Throw left side, complete. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Juan Thornhill getting there for the stop. Got to figure out this 3rd down here. Back now, pressure on its way. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Ravens call in on Justin Tucker for the field goal. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they come away with some points on that series.
The wind was at his sails, Kate, and it certainly helped that football fly true and right down the middle. And from that distance, to hit with that accuracy is one impressive shot.
Here's Ford on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Browns getting their offense out there. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions. To throw it on 1st down. Short pass brought in.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Moore going to motion over right. From the 31. That's in the hands of Moore. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Judy there to grab it. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That's good for 7 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They're going play action. That's Tillman. He's got it. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I love throwing a 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. It's a 10-0 ball game. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. We're ready now for the 2nd quarter. Browns in control of it. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Still sticking with the passing game. Moore's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. 2nd and 3 now.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 23-yard line.
From the 23. Got him in. It's Njoku. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10.
down and 10 yards to go.
Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. He'll get 2 yards, and that brings up second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 8-yard line.
Staying on the ground here with Chubb. And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Browns start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Hopkins knocks the extra point through. And the Browns cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Deontay Hardy to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Ravens and Derrick Henry making their way back out on offense. And he's been a frequent visitor to the end zone over the first couple of months of this season. Right now actually leading the league in rushing touchdowns. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Finding Flowers. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. He's got Andrews. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Baltimore.
Pass play coming here. Completed to Flowers. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. That was Denzel Ward who brought that play to an end. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
At the 45-yard line.
He'll throw it yet again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. Especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Now looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They'll throw it. Connects on the crosser. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Throwing now from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll throw it again. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. It's 2nd and goal. Dropping back to throw. This one's caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Throwing from the gun. Has it in close. Touchdown, Baltimore. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens make it a 10-point ball game.
Round 7.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Hines. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Running back sent in motion. 2nd and 4. That's to his back, Nick Chubb. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running.
Off to the races, middle of the field. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns reduce the lead to just 4. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
PAT is up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Hardy on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Ravens trotting out their offense. They come in on a little 2-game skid, Brock, but in control of this one so far. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Caught by Flowers. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. From the gun, run for Henry. And that was an incredible effort just to make it back to the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Takes the handoff, now to throw. The Browns close in and take him down. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Henry. And he's short of the 1st after a mile gain. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. The Ravens going to punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. No return on that punt. And the Browns will go on offense. The Browns ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Roquan Smith with the pick.
The best defenses, you can go look at it through the decades, are built from the inside out. And that's not just stopping the run on the inside out. That's playing your coverage from the inside out. That time, beautiful job by the defense of taking away the middle of the field, getting that interception, and setting their offense up for success.
Now the Ravens all set for another possession. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. From the red zone now. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens grow their lead just before halftime. And they've loved the scoring production he's brought out of their offense. That touchdown gives him 10 on the season. Tucker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens make it a 10-point ball game. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Hines. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Illegal block for that. Return team.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Throwing now on 1st down. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its 2nd. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Able to get it to Moore. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and out 3rd down.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Throwing now off play action. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Where you watch defensive coaches preach all the time when they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They have time to look to the end zone first here before they send the field goal unit out. Bateman hauls it in. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens will add to their lead at the end of the half. And that, Brock, I know you're keeping track, but just in case our audience isn't, his 4th first-half passing touchdown. At the pace he's on, this would be a new record if he has a 2nd half to match this one. Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens take a 3-possession lead.
Browns 14. Justin Tucker.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden ratings hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. Now the Browns spend their final timeout. 2nd and 8. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Back to throw it. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
With the score.
So we've reached the halftime break. It's the Ravens leading so far on the road. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where you see the final score there. Teddy Bridgewater, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Tua Tagovailoa has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. The Mario Douglas, a touchdown catch in the victory. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And he's been having such a great season in this offense. You can see, actually top 5 in the league in receiving touchdowns so far. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's a throw. Short pass brought in. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. The former first-rounder Devin Bush making the play. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 27. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Back now, pressure on its way. Looking slant route complete. And he's able to get this down to the 36. 2nd and 3 now. From the 36. He's got it to him yet again. That is cut. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. They're now set for 1st and 10. They are throwing it again. Complete Derrick Henry. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
And the Ravens first down.
Working inside the red zone. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Denzel Ward makes the play.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
Now we see the Browns offense headed out. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock, well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the secondary. Who could make more big plays here?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between the practice field and then the reality of this game. Sacks, interceptions. And while we won't be the final judge on which area this defense has been the biggest winner, we do know who the loser's been, the quarterback, who's had to deal with an excellent defensive showing.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that gives the Browns a first.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Back to throw now. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Looking to the air here. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. He'll throw it yet again. That's into the hands of Moore. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Here's 2nd and 2. That one complete to Njoku. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that gives the Browns a first.
That's good for another Cleveland Browns.
Still sticking with the passing game. Finding Judy. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Ravens 17-yard line.
From the 17. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Catch is made in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. It's 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the Ravens 1-yard line.
Chubb. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Browns start the 2nd half with some needed points. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one right down the middle. And the Browns cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Hardy on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Ravens are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And our team in the truck putting these highlights together, well, they certainly had plenty of touchdowns to choose from. For them, actually. Though the way he's been playing, Brock, you cannot count on him being done reaching that end zone just yet. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Connects with Bateman. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st. They're set up at the 35 now. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run. The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. I picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Taken in by Likely. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Trying down the middle with Henry. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. That was Martin Emerson with a stop that time. 2nd down now, 7 to go. They go play action here. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Denzel Ward makes the play. And the Browns take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. All right, that's now his 2nd interception thrown in this game. Obviously not a stat you want, but he does have those 4 touchdowns to fall back on.
And that pick, well, makes it a little bit better performance for this defense, right? I mean, you get burned 4 times, but at least you got a couple to hang your hat on that you did take away. I'm not sure that fact is going to save them from what's going to be a really rough film session, though.
Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Throwing off the play fake here. Finds Judy near the sideline. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down. Chubb running out of the gun. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Well, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. So we're through 3 here. It's the Browns football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Again, it's Chubb. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
The Browns are lined up to punt. It'll be Corey Bajorquez doing the honors. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. So no return on that punt. And the Ravens will go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he couldn't do a whole lot there. Minimal yardage picked up to the 27. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. He's dropping back to throw. Completed to Flowers. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 5 men in the secondary for the Browns. 3rd down coming. Henry's going to try to pick it up. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Pass play on 1st and 10. Gets this one to Andrews. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and you get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 40 on 2nd down. Gets this to Bateman. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New set of downs for him from the 46. To throw here on 1st down. Completed over the middle. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 39, Bateman hauls it in. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. One of the tight ends in motion left. They'll throw it again. Andrews with the catch. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. They are throwing it again. He's got Andrews. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not. Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Throwing it again here. This one's caught. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. There's an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. There's a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Staring at fourth down, the Ravens will go with Justin Tucker to try for 3. It's a 36-yard look for him. Bullock's kick is good. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. Touchdown to field goals, not going to get it done anymore.
On the return, here's Hines. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Browns headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together finding the end zone. They'll come out throwing. Into traffic, complete. And he'll get it up to the 27. Second down now, 7 to go.
Let's go now. Go.
From the 27. Got a man, it's Njoku. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. So now here's 3rd and 5. Back now, pressure on its way. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. He'll throw it yet again. Judy there to grab it. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Another try following the sack. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Here he is on 3rd and long. That's a Cleveland touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Hopkins knocks the extra point through. And the Browns get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Hardy on the return. And look at this return. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. On 1st and 10, it's Henry. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Running once more with Henry. Still finding room past the 45. And he's finally brought down up at the 48. Now a timeout's called, Cleveland using its 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Another run for Henry. And he won't win the race to the outside. That one's bottled up at the line. Now the Browns spend their final timeout. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. We get to Henry on the inside handoff. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
It's Henry on the counter. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And this will be his second effort of the contest. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Back to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when you saw the field. It's going to be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
He'll look to throw it. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Looking to throw it. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
And they get to him and haul him down. What a play, forcing the sack, and that should just about put a bow on this one. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners. As with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.